Hello everyone, how you doing? It's your friend Big Dinner here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to my YouTube channel. So to help you to understand basically what my YouTube channel is about, please allow me to share with you a story, and maybe you'll be able to understand why I'm passionate, really passionate about so this. As a kid when I was in school, what used to happen to me was that anytime I go to the next class, that was the only point at which I used to understand what used to happen, like what happened in the previous class. So an example is I go to class 2, and that's the only point at which I understand like what happened in class 1, right? And it used to really excite me because like I go to class 2 and I'm like, oh really, like that's what they were trying to teach me like the whole time. And at that time it's a bit late, but it wasn't for me, right? Because at that point in time I'm just excited that I now understand what they were trying to teach me in class 1. So there was this one time I was in class, right? And the teacher asked a question, and I raised my hands up to answer the question. I felt I had the right answer to the question. So when I raised my hand to answer the question, I was given a chance to answer the question. And I got up and I gave the answer, which I felt was the right answer, and everybody burst into laughter. Like everybody in the class started laughing, right? Now, from that point on, I think it really boxed me in. I really felt boxed in. And I became like one of the most quiet people in the class at the time because I felt like all I had was the wrong answers. Unfortunately, right? I felt like all I had was the wrong answers. And there's several situations we find ourselves in or we found ourselves in the past that has boxed us in. And I hope that my channel is going to help people, come out of that box, because I've been broke, I've been shy, I've been timid, I've been through all of that, and I've been able to, come out of that box and share a lot of great things with a lot of people, be on stages and things, just to help people also break free. And all this happened through personal development. Now, there are lots of things that actually box a lot of people in, right? There are lots of things that box a lot of people in. And some of these things are like personal stories, like some of the things we tell ourselves every single time. Sometimes we tell ourselves like all the negative stories, and sometimes it's not even from us. Sometimes it's passed down to us from our parents, our environment, and all of that. And we believe some of the stories we told ourselves. We believe we can't do this, we can't do that. We believe in, that a lot of things are impossible, right? So personal stories are some of the things that box us in. And we have societal norms and expectations. Like society expects so much from you sometimes that sometimes you feel boxed in. Sometimes your parents expect so much from you and sometimes you feel boxed in. Maybe all you want to be is an artist, and your parents want you to be a medical doctor, want you to be a lawyer and all of that. And you feel boxed in. You're in a class trying to study medicine, but all you think about is art, right? So you feel boxed in the space where you find yourself. Now, other things that keeps us boxed in is stereotypes and labels. Sometimes because of the labels we have on us, we find ourselves boxed in. There are certain people who cannot date certain people, or even when they are in relationships, they try to hide their tribe. They can't tell the people they are dating where they really come from, because they feel like, what if I told the person where I really come from and they feel a way about it? What do they think about the people from my place? And this also keeps certain people boxed in as well. Now, fear and self-doubt also keeps a lot of people boxed in. Sometimes we're so scared, because of what someone has told us or because of what we believe of ourselves, and then we feel boxed in, okay? Now, the next thing is lack of resources. Sometimes because you don't have money, you feel boxed in. There are people who have never been to certain restaurants because they feel they just can't afford anything there. And that's not because they know for sure. That's not because you've actually been to the place to actually, find out if you could buy something from there. But you find that you've boxed yourself in your own mind, thinking that the place is too nice and I don't think I can afford anything from there. I don't think my kind of people go to such places, And I'm sure most of you have been there. Okay, most of you have been in that space where you feel boxed in because of something like that. And negative feedback, okay? Now, this one kills a lot of people, and that was what almost made me box in like my whole life, because of the negative feedback I got from the answer I gave. Now, sometimes the negative feedback can come in the form of even your parents telling you, your head is big, your nose is this way. Like, they describe you in certain ways, just because maybe you did something wrong and they're trying to insult you, right? But sometimes it makes you believe what they said because it's coming from your parents or it's coming from someone you love, and it keeps you boxed in, right? And it might stop you from being able to achieve certain things you really want to achieve in life. And sometimes we feel like it's really impossible to, come out of that box that we feel that we're inside, right? Now, this is what my channel is here to, help you navigate through, right? To help you come out of that box that you've been in, because nothing is impossible, right? Now, let me bring your mind to something. Let me prove to you that nothing is impossible, because you have conquered the impossible before. So this is how you did it. Think of yourself as a baby when you were just a baby, right? Maybe 3 months old baby. Think of your mom putting you on the bed, right? Putting you right on the bed and putting clothes beside you and telling you, at 3 months old, to pick the clothes and wear them. Do you think you'll be able to wear the clothes? Like, think about it critically. So your mom puts clothes right beside you, 3 months old, and tells you, wear the clothes, right? At that point in time, I'm sure you listening to me, you tell me it's impossible. Like, it's impossible. It's never going to happen. Like, you can never do that, right? But wherever you're sitting right now, every one of you, right, watching me right now, you're all wearing clothes, which means that at some point in your life, you were able to overcome the mission impossible, which is that thing that was impossible for you to do because you didn't know how to wear your own clothes. But it gets to a point in time where you start to grow and you start to learn how to navigate through life and come out through certain boxes that have been put on your brain, right? Because they can't box you. No one can box you unless you box your own self, right? So this is what this channel is about. I hope you like this. I hope you share and I hope you subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing back-to-back nuggets on how you can come out of boxes that are placed on your brain or in your life. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. It's Afectina, and bye.